the thing with Kadena, and now, in jumping into this question, what are our thoughts on the KA3? Um, so Red Panda Mining just did a video on the KA3, kind of, or just Kadena hash rate in itself, and he kind of gave a guesstimation of like how many are actually have been sent out. And our understanding and speaking with some of our distributors, and then having a conversation with Bitmain directly, when we were talking to them about the E9 Pro and trying to formulate a group buy for that, they have only shipped out their Cancun and their Shanghai promotion KA3s. Like, they haven't even shipped out KA3s that are in normal batch loads. So people that were like, hey, I want to get in this pre-order, they haven't shipped those out yet. So there are like people still sitting waiting for batches to be filled. And I'm not talking to like the big guys, because there are big guys that are already like Kadena Hash. What is it? Kadena Hash Club or whatever. Like, they just got a shipment. They just turned on 200 K3s the other day. They've been posting on their social medias and all that other stuff. So like the bigger guys are starting to get their batches in. The smaller guys are still waiting. And if you look at like how ASICs kind of work and where like the sales go, most of the time the one-off purchases exceed those of the big guys. Even though the big guys probably get a better deal, there's always the little guys, GPU miners and things like that, that are trying to break into ASIC mining, and they're buying their one-off, and that volume usually is a little bit more than what the bigger guys are. The bigger guys just, again, they get a bigger deal because they're, pulling a bigger nut at the time. So with the KA3, Kadena is a special case as to like what's really transpiring within their network. Honestly, I don't look forward to what the future kind of holds for Kadena, because we have the KA3 right now. It's dominating the hash rate, right? It's really killing every single other miner under it. I think there's maybe one, the KD Lite in low power mode, I think is probably the next profitable. Like the BMK3 from IB Link is not, like, they need to throw in a low power mode on that machine, because it's not as profitable at like 10 to 12 cents a kilowatt hour. So the KA3 really right now is dominating, and in Bitmain fashion, they're going to turn around in the bull, and all of a sudden we're going to have the KA5. So just need to be prepared, basically. Like, we're going to see, so the KA3 is already at 166 terahash. So what is the next evolution of that? What does the KA5 look like? Litecoin, the L3, the L5, the L5 was at 1.3 gigahash at 1.4 or 1400 watts, right?
Yeah,
So
almost 1-to-1.
Yeah, so they went from that machine, the L5, which went exclusively to a farm, didn't even hit the main market until recently, as BitDeer decided to sell all their L5s, and then Bitmain decided, okay, we'll launch the L7 to everybody else, and that thing jumped from doing 1.3 gigahash to 9 gigahash. So you see how big the evolutions that Bitmain can do, and Bitmain's on the forefront of buying nanometer chips. So I can only imagine that the KA5s can probably going to be twice, if not triple, the amount of hash that the KA3 is. So good on you for getting the KA3. For those that would, I think it was Trillion, getting one. Be prepared to make sure that you're investing in to get the next evolution of the Kadena miners. Honestly, I don't know. For me, Kadena is like a fanboy project. I can't even compare like Caspa to that. I don't even know what other project that I could compare Kadena to. It's just, for me, it seems like there's a crowd of people that are like, oh, Kadena is going to the moon. And honestly, I think Kadena is more related to Dash than anything. It had its spike at $25 this last bull run. Are we ever going to see that again? I don't know. I highly doubt it. And
The difficulty just keeps on climbing, and we're not
yeah,
seeing a plateau yet. I mean, the difficulty is at what, 766, 765, rather.
yeah,
And we're not seeing any slowing down for the difficulty because what I think Red Panda did a great breakdown just based on the hash rate for the Kadena miners, the KA3s being, the difficulty increase versus the hash rate. He kind of calculated right around 18 to 2,000 KA3s came online, and we know, the ones that we've ordered for customers, those ones aren't online because we haven't received them, and we know we have a list as long as my arm of people that are still waiting for them from other manufacturers, or not manufacturers, other suppliers. So there's a lot of orders out there for KA3s that still need to be filled. And if we're already seeing this kind of dramatic increase in difficulty just on what's come online so far, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Not saying it's a bad project or a bad idea, um, but as difficulty goes up and the price comes down on the coin itself, and until they level off, I mean the machine prices are going to be all over the place for these ASICs. It's the only big one of its kind on the market. Like we saw with the L7, I mean, people were buying the L7s at 25K back when they first came out, from suppliers because nobody had them.
dude,
So
not even top tier models either. You're talking
yeah,
about like the 8800 model at 25,000. Like it's and for a fact that those people have not ROI'd, not yet.
right.